Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts back once again with another Percy Jackson and the Olympians reaction. This is episode 5. Don't know the title. I'm actually filming this right before the episode actually drops, so I'm not sure what the title is, but I'm excited regardless. Now, last week's episode was the shortest episode, but I still had a great time with the episode. I still had a great time with it. The Chimera, even though it was a baby Chimera, was really cool to see, and the mother of monsters, I almost said the mother of dragons, like Game of Thrones, no, but the mother of monsters was there because they've been fighting some monsters along the way and everything, and so she decided to show up. And I wasn't expecting Percy to actually fall out of the actual, like the whatever, like the spire or whatever. I wasn't expecting him, or whatever they call it. I was expecting him to fall, but then he gets saved, and now he can breathe underwater, which is really cool. And I thought the thing that was talking to him underwater sounded like his mom, but you can't really see what it is. But apparently, if you look at the subtitles, it's whatever, some sort of entity or something. But he can breathe underwater, which is pretty cool. So I'm like, all right, new ability. So, but where do we go from here, though? Like, I don't know where we go from here. And apparently some book readers were commenting saying that they made some changes or whatever. Like, there's, like, differences here. So even now, we don't know what to expect. Or there's, like, things changing where we don't know where it's going in terms of the actual plot line or whatever. They're making some shifts. So who knows? But I'm excited. I've not read the book, so I don't know what to expect. I'm just ready for the ride because I'm really enjoying the show so far. So let's dive into it tonight, guys. Episode 5 literally just dropped. Let's dive into it. Let's go.
Dude, they're looking right at us.
Let's go find Percy.
Annabeth.
He's alive. I know it.
Yeah. No time wasting.
I knew you'd never agree, and there wasn't enough time.
I knew she's going for a hug. I just felt it.
So,
He wanted to go for a hug first, I think, or something.
you're not as dead as we thought you'd be.
The police think that we crashed an Amtrak train, and
Oops.
then did that.
They gotta walk. Oh,
Hey
man.
guys, we're pretty sure Hades has the master boat, but
We're
he couldn't have stolen
sure,
it
but...
himself. I mean, we don't even know who actually stole the thing. He saved me. My dad. We're not just trying to retrieve a thing. I think
Yeah.
we need to be detectives here too.
Mm.
It doesn't have to be a thing, you know. They hug me.
Oh, I don't know if that's it.
Oh boy. Back at the arch, I saw the 3 fates, and I saw Atropus
the
cut a
women.
piece of thread.
Oh.
And that's bad. We're all gonna die.
But
Actually,
they mean, yeah, soon.
It's a warning.
Want.
Need some help?
Is that who I think it is?
I asked if you could use some help.
Edge.
Nope.
You sure? Because you
Wonder
guys
who
are
he's
so
playing.
behind schedule. As your big cousin, I feel like maybe I want to give you a hand.
Aries.
You must be Athena's kid.
What?
Always got to be the wisest one of the bunch. Zeus sent all of his kids out looking for the Master Bolt.
Dude.
Listen, dummies, I'm hungry.
That's my cousin.
I like that he's the god of war. That's awesome. That's great.
Come on.
Ares on a phone.
Give me a second. I'm just
weird.
starting to fight on Twitter here. Nothing makes
Percy was always troubled, but I never thought he was capable of...
I'm gonna kill him.
As you should.
I knew I was gonna like you.
If you're supposed to be looking for the master boat too, shouldn't you be out there looking for it?
There's no fear in you, is there?
The Oracle said if we return the bolt, there wouldn't be a war.
Is that what she said? Or is that what Chiron said she meant? My grandpa Kronos ate my aunts and uncles. Yeah. Then my dad made him puke them back up. Olympians fight. We betray.
Yeah,
We
all the
backstab.
time.
We will push anyone down a flight of stairs to get ahead.
We're completing this quest.
I mean, it
We're
sounds
stopping
like...
this war.
Mm.
You said you can help.
You get me my shield back, and I'll get you to the underworld by lunch tomorrow with a plan to invade Hades' palace. So do we have a deal, or am I killing all 3 of you so I can eat in peace?
We don't split up again.
It's okay.
Well,
If you wanted to kill us, we'd be dead by now.
true.
Go, get the shield.
I'll be here when you get back. I'll have to take your word for it.
I'd be careful.
Never. Probably get this over with, though.
I think something's gonna happen. Ooh.
Okay, what just happened? Just hold still. Safe to say, this is not just some amusement park.
No, it's not. No.
A god built this.
Because weren't you the one this morning who saw the fate say one of us is gonna die and we should take it really seriously?
Percy,
Yeah, she did say that.
just push. The machine isn't designed to hurt us. It's meant to scare us.
He's having too much fun.
The Lobster War? The 335 Years War.
Wow.
Deep cuts.
Okay. Deep cuts.
No one talks about those anymore.
They should.
Ares has always had a thing with Aphrodite. She's
Aphrodite.
Hephaestus' wife.
Oh.
You're kidding. He met her here?
What? They gotta go in there. It's got a heart on it too. Is it romantic as well?
What is love? Baby, don't.
What is love?
Thank you for Hera. She was trying to keep me away from you guys.
Yes. Well. Oh no. Here's the thrill part. Where'd that other boat come from? Well, he can breathe underwater now, so it should be better for him.
Did you just pull me out of there with that water power stuff?
Well,
No. How are we supposed to get that thing down?
did he really put it there though? I doubt it.
I hate kids. All of them.
At least he's honest.
I hate my own kids.
Since one of those kids somehow walked off with the Master Wolf.
Says you. Who knows who actually took it?
Someone Hades could have recruited for the job.
Says you.
Well, I mean, it's possible.
And someone who could slip away long enough to do it without being missed. Was she always like that?
Who?
Your sister. Always making things more complicated than they need to be so people will think she's smarter than you.
Ooh.
If she's so smart, explain the owl. She talks to it.
The owl?
Like, all
Okay.
the time. This fat, nasty little feathered rodent. Anything at all that doesn't fit the story they like to tell themselves.
Exactly. Like you being the one to find the lightning thief and not her.
We both know your friend didn't steal the bolt.
Yeah. But Zeus thinks he did. Which is
Mm.
kind of all that matters, right?
Shut up.
One of us goes in, the other gets the shield.
I'll do it.
What?
Whoa.
Whoever goes in isn't coming out.
When I was choosing my team, I told Chiron I needed someone who wouldn't hesitate to sacrifice me for quest for clarity. I can't believe it, but the fates were right.
Oh shit.
There's no getting around this. I wish there was another way this quest succeeds.
There has to be another way.
I just don't see it.
I think it's another test. Never mind, it's not a test.
Okay.
Oh my god. Dude. I mean, there's gotta be a way to get him out. Wait.
So off you go.
I'm not leaving without my friend.
I know your mother was displeased with you recently.
Oh shit.
We both know how she gets.
Eat or be eaten. Power and glory and nothing else
Mhm.
matters.
Yes.
Ares is that way. He isn't that way. He's better than that.
Exactly, he is. 100%.
Maybe I was that way once.
Hey, I figured he could reverse it. Yeah. I mean, I knew it, come on.
Some of us don't like being that way either.
One shield for Ares? Wow. Really?
You think you know who I am, but you don't.
Stand up to him. Do it.
And if you aren't careful, you're gonna find out. This smells.
If it gets us where we need to go, that's all that matters.
That's fine. Whatever.
Assuming Ares was telling the truth.
I know who stole the Master Wolf.
Who? Oh, come on. No. Another great episode of Percy Jackson and the Olympians. Wow. Edge is Ares. I love the fact that he was playing Ares. I knew he was in the show. I heard about the casting and everything, and I think he was in a trailer or something, like the last trailer I'd reacted to or whatever before the show dropped. And I'm so happy I didn't know that he was Ares. I knew he was in the show. I didn't know who he was playing. I love the fact that he was Ares. That's great. To me, that's great. I liked his portrayal of the character as well. At least like the version they were going with, because he's like on Twitter and stuff, causing fights. The God of War causing fights on Twitter, causing wars on Twitter, and everything. The end there, I knew they were going to cut. I just felt it. I'm thinking what the implication is, I believe Athena is what they were kind of referring. I think they're implying she took the Master Bolt. She took it. Because they were talking about at one point how Ares, like, you know, the back and forth between, you know, and there's like, you know what, yeah, you know, your sister, you know, like, he's like, exactly, you know, I was like, well, why does she have to complicate things? I think that what they're referring to is that Athena took the Master Bolt, and that Hades is a ploy or a cover or whatever. I don't know, because even when Percy brought that up to the group, it's like, look, who's to say it's in hell, right? Who's to say Hades has it, right? Who's to say that this is just implied that this is who took it, and we're just on a wild goose chase and it ain't him at all? And then when no one said anything, he's like, oh, am I the last one to think that? And like, yeah, pretty much. Like, at any point, this could all be not what the actual quest is about. It's not necessarily going to Hades, but it's because someone else took it. Don't know. So, I'm guessing we're going to find out next week who they believe took the Master Bolt. I don't know, but they still have a journey to go to and everything, because they're going to Vegas next. And then hopefully, if everything goes well, they'll be in LA within minutes. If they indeed have to go on this, like, this quest that they initially started and everything, initially started, because they may have to go somewhere else entirely. Who knows? Now, I think the whole kind of subplot, well, it's not really a subplot because it's part of the main narrative, but the kind of sidetracking with Percy and Annabeth was interesting, because they go to this amusement park. It's very dark, by the way, and I'm wondering if it's like my monitor or just in general, like it's just really dark for some reason when they're actually getting through and there's like that trap or whatever. And then once they go into the actual ride itself, it gets brighter and everything. Of course, when they're in that room with the shield that's being held and all that, like it was brighter for sure in terms of like actual visuals, but for some reason on my end, it was like really dark for a good portion of that. I'm like, what the hell? It's so damn dark. Okay, just can't see shit. I figured Percy was going to do it because they had made a point for the reason why Percy picked Annabeth, specifically for this quest, and he told Chiron this. The reason why I'm picking her is because I don't want someone to hesitate to sacrifice me or do something that needs to be done involving me to get the quest completed. And he knew that no matter what. But here's the thing. That was before everything that went down so far, because literally she hugged him, which never would have happened episodes ago when the quest started. Now she runs up to him immediately, seeing him, and hugs him, like, and holding on for a good bit too. She cares about him. And that whole speech back to, I forget his name, but the guy who's running the park or whatever, right? Like, her whole thing back there, because he sacrificed it. Percy sacrificed himself. Because she was ready to sacrifice herself. But he's like, no, I can't do this. You're better than me at this. That doesn't mean that she's the right fit to be leading this quest, but he has a point. She has more experience and everything. She's better equipped at this than he is. But he sacrificed himself and is on the throne, golded up as a gold statue. She's freaking out. She didn't want this. And then she's trying her way, because I'm thinking, is she gonna, because I'm thinking it'd been really impressive if she would have reversed it on her own. But no, what was more impactful is having the guy show up and say, here's a ladder, get out, take the shield, you leave him. She's like, I'm not leaving. It's like, that's not how this works. And then because it was kind of implied when Ares was talking earlier in the diner kind of restaurant, saying how, look, our family is screwed up. Welcome to the family, because we're all screwed up. Like, my, you know, I think it's my grandfather, whatever, Kronos, like mentioning Kronos, and then all the siblings and everything, and eating them, and then all this, it was crazy, like a lot of just info dump there in terms of like the history, or at least their interpret, because I'm not sure if that actually happens in the history of, you know, all the gods or whatever. You get my point. But then you have her telling him, when she's like on the verge of tears and trying to save him, Percy, you know, I'm not like my family. I'm not like my mother. I'm not like these people. And neither is he. Percy's better than that. I'm better than that. And that is a turning point, because then the guy reverses it and brings Percy back. Because we're not all like that. We're not all like the family we were basically, you know, raised into. Now, Ares, I think, had an interesting little tidbit at the end when showing them, of course, their ride, which is the back of an 18-wheeler, that he has no faith in this quest. He has no faith, because I think he knows truly who took the Master Bolt. He's just not saying anything. He said, your quest's going to fail. And then Percy stood up to him. Go Percy, standing up to him. That'd been very interesting to see, to go down. If I doubt, Percy would not win that fight, but I like the fact that Percy stood up to Ares. That was pretty cool. Now, during the whole "What is love?" sequence, I want to mention this part because I think it's really interesting, because it reverts back to something that we saw in flashbacks, we heard about quite a bit, and we've heard since the first episode. His mom, Percy's mom, basically teaching him about the stories of the different gods that, of course, he's related to in a way, in a sense, for the most part. And it was really about teaching him to avoid, like, I think she was trying to tell me this stuff to get to avoid, to stay away, because she knew what I was. But maybe it was more of like, so training, so because here's the thing, he had heard the stories of Medusa from his mom, and that's why he chose to go inside with her and not stay out there with the Furies, or the Fury that was there. So he went inside. So he knows a lot of information based on the stories, so he's more well equipped in terms of like, I heard this story, I heard this story, I heard this story. So he knew kind of the stories of Ares and everything, and it seems, and he knows a lot of information, because he was like going on like another story before the throne there, before making a decision to sacrifice himself. So yeah. So this was overall pretty fun. Had a great time with it. I'm really enjoying the journey of the show. I feel like they did a pretty good job with the runtime in this episode, because it definitely was longer. So, it's unfortunate we're getting closer and closer to the end of season 1. I don't think they've announced season 2 yet, but they better, because this show is killing it, in my opinion. And I'm really hoping people are checking it out and watching it. It seems like people are, but it needs more attention, needs more love. Hope you guys enjoyed the reaction. I'm curious to know what you guys thought about this episode. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, guys. Of course, I have the playlist for my episode reactions to Percy Jackson, of course, in the description. It'll be in the cards somewhere as well, and I believe it'll be at the end of the video here as well as a thing to click on. So make sure you guys check out the playlist, check out my reaction to the other episodes, and I can't wait for episode 6 next week. Talk to you guys soon. Peace out.